Hey guys.
Today we're doing a Q&A. That's staying in. Today we're doing a Q&A and about college. I'm going to ask her questions. We're both going to answer them, and they're going to get harder as they go on. All right, so the first question.
What's your major?
Yeah. First off, I should introduce you properly. This is Ekaterina. She's my girlfriend. We both go to West Virginia University. And yeah, so you're right. The first question is, what is your major? And why did you choose it?
My major is forensic chemistry with minors in biology and communication studies. And I grew up watching crime shows with my dad, and so I fell in love with the scientist aspect of forensics. So I'm going to do forensic chemistry with the discipline in toxicology.
I'm a finance major. I just love business and money. I love the study of money, so that's exactly what finance is, and that's why I am doing finance.
Next question.
Why did you choose West Virginia?
So there's only a couple colleges that offer forensic science degrees, and initially I was between forensic science and biochem, so I applied to 7 schools, 2 of which were forensics, and the rest were biochem or some sort of chemistry. I got into West Virginia first, and after I got into my other colleges and narrowed it down, West Virginia was just the best, and it's the second least expensive. And my dad found it, so it just seems right. And it's naturey, and I wanted a naturey R1 college.
I chose West Virginia because they gave me the most money out of every school. That is literally the only reason. I didn't visit it before I came here or anything. I kind of just showed up and moved in. But I don't regret it. I love it here. It's a great school. Yeah, make sure you keep watching till the end because these questions are going to get really hard. They're about to start ramping up. So, Next question. Question 3. Do you think the workload is more than expected?
First semester, I felt like I overhyped the workload because I had time to myself compared to high school where I was just waking up at 6, going to school, going to extracurriculars, going to work, and then starting my homework at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Whereas here I do a little bit of work each day and I still have time to hang out with this one and friends and go out places. This semester, I'd say my classes are a lot harder. But it's preparing me for my next semester, so. I
think the idea of college, like, everyone's always under the mindset that it's going to be a lot of work. You're going to have all this stuff to do. But the good thing about college, you get to pick your own schedule, and you have a lot of time that's technically free time, and you get to choose what you do with it. So as long as you stay on top of your work, it's not that hard. I've more than enough free time because I try and not procrastinate, and it works out pretty good. So I'd say the workload is definitely less than expected as long as you handle it well.
Question 4.
Are you having fun? Are you enjoying college?
I am. I would say that my late night roommate talks are always fun because we're always crazy and sleep deprived. And hanging out with this one and going to the football games and basketball games and just being dumb in a safe way is very fun.
Yeah, I agree. College is definitely amazing. It's definitely fun. Some people describe it as a 4-year vacation. It's definitely fun. So, I agree. Question 5. What is your favorite class and why? It can be from any semester.
Right now I have 2.
Okay.
So first semester, I have 2 for each semester. First semester, which was the fall, I'd go with my forensics add-on class, which I was just scheduled into. I didn't choose it or anything. And I'd say I loved that class because we went through a lot of different crimes that happened and cases, and for holidays we had fa la 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 homicides. So it's just murders that happened on Christmas.
I don't know if I can put that on YouTube.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, so it's just a lot of fun and in my field of study. And then this semester I would have to say that chem is one of my favorite classes just because I am a chemistry major. But it's definitely challenging, but it's showing me that I can be challenged and still do good. Get good grades.
I have two as well. I'm gonna say my first from last semester. It was sociology, not because I like sociology or anything. The teacher was just amazing, by far the best teacher I've ever had, or professor. Just a funny guy. This semester, I also have the same situation. I have a great economics professor, and I'm also kind of interested in economics, so it works out. But yeah, that's my favorite class. Question 6. What is your least favorite class and why?
Okay, I always complain about labs just because biolab is boring right now, but I think it'll get more exciting as the years go by. Chem lab, I just have it at 8:30 in the morning, so it's a struggle to get up in the morning. But I wouldn't say they're my least favorite.
It can be from last semester as well.
I know, I'm trying to think of my classes from last semester.
Go ahead, just say stat. We know you want to say stat.
I forgot about
world
stat.
knows you want to say
I
stat.
dislike stat. It is late at night and it doesn't make sense to me, and I am a calculus brain, so stat.
She is stat from 6 to 9 p.m. on Mondays. Imagine. My least favorite class was a class from first semester. It was taught by a professor who was completely awful. It was an online course. The professor didn't meet you, didn't help you if you needed help. If you did need help, he'd tell you to go to a Zoom where you would be met with another student instead of him. And sometimes the other people didn't even know what they were doing. So that was definitely my least favorite class. This is where the questions get difficult. Question 7. Were you ever homesick?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say homesick where I wanted to leave and never come back, but I've definitely been like, oh, I wish I could be home for an hour and see my family and my friends and my pets. But we FaceTime every Thursday, so it helps.
Yeah, I also, I wouldn't say I was ever homesick. I think it's different for everyone. I definitely miss my parents, don't get me wrong, and I still do. Shout out to my mom, my dad, my brother. I love you all. But I wouldn't say I ever got super homesick. I mean, I'm completely content with being out on my own, and I'm not the best cook or anything, but that's what the dining halls are for, you know? So I wouldn't say I ever got crazily homesick. Question 9. Following the topic on homesickness, do you miss your parents as much as you originally thought you would, or do you miss them more or less?
I think I always knew I'd miss my parents and my brothers because I worry about everybody. But I think I don't go every day saying, oh, I wonder what they're up to without me. So it's not like I am missing them. I know they exist. And I'm gonna see them in 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're almost done our first year of college.
But the FaceTimes really help because I still get their personalities, and we are on a call for 2 hours. And I text them every single day, so.
Yeah, that's good. That's solid. I think I miss my parents a lot less than I originally thought I would because, no, there's nothing wrong with that. I thought I would come to school and it's not that I don't miss my parents, it's just I thought I would be more homesick. I thought I would miss them a lot more than I originally did, but sorry, but I honestly don't. I mean, it is what it is, you know?
He doesn't miss you guys.
No, I do, just not as much as I originally thought. Question 10. This is difficult. Speaking of difficult, what is your most difficult experience that you've had to deal with since you've been here?
I think my most difficult experience so far has been trying to balance coming to a new school and making friends while also not neglecting this one since we came to college together. So that definitely was hard on me for about a month and a half. I think I've gotten better at it, but I'm still struggling a little bit. But I think it'll get better as time goes on.
Yeah, my most difficult experience since being at college, definitely, it wasn't time management, but when I got here, everything was completely new. So getting on a schedule, like when do I wake up, when do I do work, when do I do this, when do I do that, that was definitely the hardest part for me. But once I got in my rhythm, it ended up being pretty easy.
Yeah, you have a better rhythm than me.
Wake up at 6.
No. I'll give it 8:30 or 7:45.
Question 11. What was your favorite part being here so far?
In a good way and a bad way, having to advocate for myself and like choose if I want to do something or not. So like if my friends wanted to go to Up All Night, then like if I don't want to go, I'd be like no. If Evan asks me to do something and I don't feel up to it, and just be like no. And also like having to go get dinner by myself, not by myself, but like without my mom or my dad calling me saying it's dinner time. But I think, yeah, just being able to make my own decisions is kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but I'm going to word my answer different. My favorite part of being here is the freedom aspect. Like, like I said earlier, I get to create my own schedule. I get to do what I want when I want, but that also comes with more discipline. So, like you said, I have to decide when I do want to eat dinner or when I do want to get up to eat breakfast. But it's also like nice because if I want to go get insomnia cookies at 3 in the morning, I can go do that with no worry whatsoever. So the freedom is definitely the best part.
I'd also like to say all of the laughs and memories, because I don't think I've laughed this hard with some friends in a while, except for my home friends. You guys know who you are.
Question 12. This is the question for people who aren't in college yet, but they are looking to go to college. What's the best piece of advice you would give someone who's going to go to college?
Choose a dorm you're comfortable in. If you want a suite style and it costs a little bit of extra money, go for it. Because otherwise, if you have traditional and you're uncomfortable, you're just going to hate where you're living, and it might make you hate college and not see the beautiful part of it. If you don't know what you want to major in, or if you're lost, it's okay. You have plenty of time. And what I didn't know is that the university has its own colleges that have their own requirements for your degree. So if you were to switch from, like, for me, forensics to psych, they're both in the Eberly College. So I'd still have that part of my degree done. So it's okay to switch.
Yeah. My advice is definitely more cliche. That's a really good piece of advice. I'm gonna tell you what everyone else tells you to do. Time management is huge. If you can get your work done on time or early, best thing ever, because you'll have so much free time. And also, don't skip class. Attendance isn't mandatory in college. It's not mandatory. Well, some classes you get graded on attendance, but it's not mandatory.
You can get bonus points.
Yeah, you can skip class and get away with it, but I highly recommend you don't. I highly recommend you go to class every day because first, you'll meet more people. Second, you'll be able to understand the material a lot better, and the people who go to class do way better than the people who don't go to class. So I definitely recommend going to college or going to your classes.
And no one cares what you look like. So if you wake up and you look like you rolled out of bed, it's fine.
That's true. You should see half the people here. All right, question 13. This is my last question, and I know you have some questions of your own.
I think so. I think I remembered them.
If you don't, that's okay. The last question. What is one thing you didn't expect when you were coming to college?
Our college had a reputation one year of being the #1 party school in the nation. So I was expecting academics to be put a little lower, but after being here, I realized that the #1 party reputation has severely declined. There are like partiers, but it's only like 40% of the entire college population, which is 30,000 people.
We also live pretty far from frat row.
Yeah, but I was scared that my roommates would all want to be going out, but they don't. We all get along very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that's fair. One thing I didn't expect is, first off, we are at a big school. I didn't expect to get so much free stuff. Like, I came here with one West Virginia shirt. I have enough for like every day of the week, and I have like the big finger hands. You've probably seen them in my video. I have like rally towels signed by the football coach. Like, there's so much like free stuff you get, and I also didn't expect to have so much free time. But then again, that comes back to time management. That's up to you. Yeah, that's my last question. If you have any.
A big college with a small campus feel.
Big college with a small campus feel, definitely. And something else I didn't expect. Like I said, I never came here before I moved in.
I did. I sent him pictures.
So, yeah, like I said, I never came here before I moved in, and I knew we were in like the city of Morgantown. I didn't know the entire city was the college campus. Like, this campus is massive. There's 2 campuses essentially. One's Evansdale and one's downtown, and it's like ridiculous. We are the city. It's
pretty much
kind of crazy.
And if not, there's just a little bit of the city that surrounds, and then it goes into Star City and other like places.
Yeah. So that was my last question. Do you have any questions you want to ask?
If there's something you would change.
If there's something I would change
about the college itself.
About the college itself? So another thing that I didn't expect when coming here, the homeless population is really high, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if I would change that. I would have to live in an alternative where there isn't as high as a population, but that would be one thing I would think about. Another thing, I wish that it didn't take 7 hours to go to Target without a car, because the buses are ridiculous.
Yeah, they are.
How about you?
I would create more minors. There's a bunch of majors, but the minors are kind of lacking. Like, they have a neuroscience major, but they can't have a neuroscience minor. So I would change that. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the buildings are just brick and red, at least looking outside my window, and I feel like I'd want more color. But it's very naturey. I changed the steps between LSB, which is life science, and Woodburn.
84 of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps. That's about it. I feel like I'd add more murals too, because I feel like it's nice to be on a college campus that have like really nice inspirational murals just all around, like by the PRT.
All right, you have another question.
Question 15.
All right.
If you could major in anything else that wasn't in the John Chambers College of Business and Economics, Beanie, what would it be?
If I had to change my major and it couldn't be business-based, I would do either engineering, because I feel like you can create a lot of cool things, and I know it's not my, like, physics definitely isn't my strong suit, but I think if I put the time in, I could definitely learn it.
Miss Quinn would be so proud.
And I think I could definitely do it, engineering, if I wanted to switch my major to something that wasn't business. But if you were to switch your major to something that wasn't science-based, what would it be?
That's hard.
Actually, let me ask you a question. If you had to switch your major to a business major, what would it be?
Can you list them?
You have marketing, which is like advertisement, finance.
No.
General business.
No.
Entrepreneurship.
No, I wouldn't be good at starting a business.
Supply chain, which is what's wrong with the world right now.
No.
We can't get places to...
I'd go marketing, because when I was younger, I was really into art, and I was into like an art director, and they basically just help market art and all that, I think. I don't know, it was a long time ago.
You could be an agent.
Yeah, so I would do marketing.
That's good. Alright, wait, let's end it on this. Let's end it on this question. Final question, question 17. We have 30-something days of school left. You have finals coming up. You have, it's gonna be the last stretch. It's the hardest, probably, stretch of the year. But what's one thing that you're looking forward to during this time?
I guess the last like remaining memories of like the first year, like the last little roommate conversations. Because me and my roommates get along so well, and we'll just spend hours just sitting on the floor of one of our sides and just talking. And next year it's gonna be different because I'll have this one to do that with. So I think I'll miss that because I grew so accustomed to it, but obviously things change. And I'm excited to see how I end my year. Like, do I get all A's? Did I get some B's? Because either way, it's an accomplishment.
Oh, my answer.
Oh, I'm also excited to see all the TVs that are thrown out because my dad said that happens a lot with the seniors moving out.
Yeah.
I want to see how much people throw out.
I think what I'm looking forward to finishing out the year would be, I think I'm looking forward to...
No longer having to eat dining hall food.
That's true. I think I'm looking forward to my mom's home-cooked meal, my dad home-cooked breakfast, good food.
His PlayStation, bowling every Sunday with Chris and Brent, potentially.
That's the plan.
TJ?
Maybe
TJ.
Yeah, I'm looking...
His wisdom teeth removal.
Stop. So basically, the thing I am looking forward to the most within
Going
the next
home.
30-something days and the end of school is, yes, going home, because I have a lot to look forward to, like my teeth getting pulled out of my head, which is going to make some good content. Bye.